Hey, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. What is up, people? Welcome. I had to get over my nerves and just click go. Start before you're ready. One of those scenarios. I have not done anything like this in a little while, and definitely had some nerves. The music could be a little too loud right now. We'll work that out. Doing a live stream, and the reason I wanted to do that for the comeback is so that the folks who have been supporting me relentlessly, despite my recent disappearance, will be able to come and pop in and hang out. No face cam, and I'm going to pay less attention to the chat so we can get a build done. And I've been thinking a lot about coming back to the channel and what I would like to do, and I think what we're going to do today is this, and we can kind of build this together live. You saw the title was The Joy of Building. That's a little tip of the hat to Bob Ross, who would kind of paint live with people. And this is something I've tried before, had fun with, but I think it's something we're going to try today, and we'll see. I have no idea what is to come in the very near future, guys, but for today, I came up with a cool building idea, and I thought we would build it together. I've got everything we need. We're going to get right into it. A few of the cool little things right off the start, and thank you to everybody who's tuning in and saying hello. I know I've been away for a while. I would like to say hi to everybody. We are doing this live, but I'm just going to stick to the plan, and maybe I'll chat with people after. I hope I have the energy to do it. Little things have been taking giant amounts of energy lately, but here's the design. Cool things you will notice. That is, and we're going to have to get some new music going here as that intro ends. How about this? There we go. That worked out. Smooth. Perfect. Maybe a little loud? Let me know how it is. I'll see if I can catch up. Music is good, people say. So, and if you're watching the replay, don't worry. What I am doing, trying a new technique for the first time ever. While I stream, I am also recording. And I'm going to take this footage and make a tight little 10-minute tutorial. That way people can have both versions of me. They can have the super slick, well-organized, here's the best, most concise version of a video I can make in a tutorial, and then you can also have this, a laid-back, casual, live version. So let's get on to building this thing together, guys. I'll point out a few of the cool techniques. You'll notice that roof is kind of freaky. We do some cool things with overlapping foundations, so no mods are required. But you will need you won't need, there's a version you can do without it, but you will want the no clip, the collision, whatever it is, disable structure placement collision thing set, or if you're playing on a console or in single player, I think it's just an option you check before you start. As for mods, what I did was I used some Structures Plus stuff, and you're all seeing this, right? It looks like it. Good. I used Structures Plus to create a supported platform so that it wouldn't need foundation support. Otherwise, I'm doing this in single player. This is something we can do on the servers eventually. But I did that. But other than that, I did some eco trees for these large bushes. Other than that, this is a vanilla design, and we're going to do it totally vanilla. But like I said, we will be taking advantage of the structure collision setting that allows you to say, what's a good example? It allows you to like intersect a couple of walls, so that you could do something like this. Ready? You don't get a clipping error when you try and do that. So that's the setting I'm talking about, and that is the one thing you will need that is different from totally vanilla. And you can get away without it, too. But my idea for this test version was to make it look like sort of like a 3D model, where someone would have it floating on like just a rectangular background with a blue sky behind it. You'd have these kind of fake, perfect, cartoony bushes right around the outside, and it would be like, boom, modern house. So let's go build this. I think we can do this. Okay. Let's go. And I'm going to turn on the HUD. Let me know once again how we're doing audio-wise. And it's been a while since you watched me, someone's saying. That's alright, it's been a while since I've been around. Thank you to all the people who have supported me despite me sucking at so many things. This is a crazy thing. I'm gonna have to go talk to a therapist about it. But what kind of a person works for a couple of years to make their YouTube channel their job, and then they make it their job and they work at it for a year, and then they just stop? This guy, right here. 3 years in, 3.5 years in, 800 plus videos, then just boom, 2 months, stop, done. Can't get the courage up to frickin' go to the grocery store, let alone make a video. I don't know, guys. Anyway, being a YouTuber does weird things to your psyche sometimes. That wants to go here. And anyway, we're going to build together. The music should take care of itself from here on out for the next 2 hours or so. So let's talk about what we've got here. Stone foundations, really basic. And I've laid out a 10 by 10. I think what you need is a 10 by 8, but we're going to do a 10 by 10. And I think what we're going to do just quickly is to enable a spray painter. And we'll do that just by doing this. And we're on the Amissa map. I found a kind of an undeveloped area that's perfectly flat that makes for like a good building workshop, and that's where we're going to be today. So the coordinates don't matter, but there are parts of this map that are more finished, so we could do some exploring on it now that I've gotten myself back to videos. So the paint gun we are going to use to just differentiate things for ourselves. So let's talk about the shape we are going to want. To begin, this is the beginning of our shape right here. So go like this. And this should be 8 long. So if we go across, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll build here, go here. And I'll show you what we're doing here in a sec, guys. Okay, so this is the layout for our tall section, the section that was on the right in the test build. And let me know how I'm doing camera-wise. Like I said, recording all of this, and I'm just laying this out. So I have to remember to kind of take the kind of camera angles I will be able to use in a tutorial. So let's do a little zoom out here. Remind me to get a few of these, okay? And thank you guys. I will pay in the future. I will pay more attention to chat, but I did not want to get carried away today. So there is a thing that happens in this game. Place a foundation and take a pillar, and there is one side to which you can do a little half placement, the other side you can't, right? So where you can do that little half placement, there is a trick that lets you half overlap things. Now, like I said, you need the no clip setting for this, but it allows you to now do this. So you have these that are side by side like that, right? Now if you want to go this way, off of it, it's a different game, so we'll show you how to do that, but this is the technique we're about to use right here. So if we were to put a pillar here, and notice there are two, let's go on our feet, there are two versions of this snap. Actually, this is not the best place. Ready? There are two snap points there. We want the higher of the two. Ready? I think that's it, and you'll be able to tell immediately based on this. Boom. So this is a vanilla trick. Like I said, requires that what we have, that whatchamacallit, that clipping setting. So now we can go down the middle, and we're gonna do this. Whoops, shoot. I'm trying to demonstrate this with colors. Okay. All right, so let's let me get a camera angle on that now, okay? And what did I say? It had to be here. Okay. So now we can do this. We can come down. We can go across like this. Whoops, I did it again. For frick's sake. I don't want to do that. Okay. Give me a sec. Let's hold on. That's why this is live, and that's why I'm recording. It has been too long, guys. Thank you all for being here. I'm taking a brief second to catch up on chat, but I will keep on pace for the people who do watch this as a replay. I'm hoping this is a new way to do the series. So not there, but we'll go... Or do I have to go there? No, this is the one. Ready? So these are all new placements halfway across, right? And that allows us to get to here, right? And now we've got that. So those are all double layered, which means we have a snap point. If we come along, we have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So that's going to give us a lot of versatility, right? That's going to allow us to do the inset on the front. So that means that now we would be able to do this, right? And what we're going to eventually have is something that looks like this. Ready? Through here and there, right? And now we will have this little H, this little glass window sandwich. So that's something we're going to be working on. We already have it in place down here. All we need to do is add in one here. And we're going to go ahead and get the gun out. And we'll just go along our line here. We'll get the last ones filled right in. There we go. And I think that's where you would stop. So that is the shape, right? Kind of cool. So that is the basis around which we're going to be doing this side of the build, but let's finish off our foundation. Pretty straightforward. So off the side of that, let me remind myself, there would be one here. We'll come along like this. Yeah, so we definitely don't need a 10 by 10. A 10 by 8 is plenty. So we would go here. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. So I'm just okay. So the next bits that get built upon are these. So this is going to be the outline of the next section. So that's going to be this, 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 and this right here. We'll fill in this little space in the middle. And we're going to need to do one more trick before our foundation is done. Okay, so that is 10 by 8 is all you need. And that gives you a little row around the outside. So let's go ahead and clear this out. And I will try and stay on point and get this thing done in a sensible amount of time. Appreciate everybody hanging out and working with me. I've been building. I've been coming up with ideas. I've been trying to get re-inspired, but that's the new foundation shape. The black part is where things will be built. And we have one more trick we want to do. So we're going to knock out these two right here. So I mentioned that pillar trick that we use to offset things. It works on going one direction, works like this, right? It does not work going the other way. I can't place one here. So there are a few different ways we can work around that. This is the technique. Whoops. Let's start where we need it. This is the technique that I found that works best for me. I hope that's all done right. It looks right. Anyway, I hope the build is the right proportion. So what if we do this? We come up over top, and we do that, and we do this, and this. So, a pillar, a ceiling, a wall, a ceiling. We'll do one more, just to get away from the foundations and the snap points. We'll come down like this. What that is going to do is going to give us a new snap point, but it's going to be too high, I think. Ooh, too low. What did I do? Hold on a sec. Somewhere in here is a mistake. Alright. Okay. So how does that technique work? Here is our shape. What we need to do is have an offset that sits halfway in between here, like we have on the other side. So, we go here. And I'm getting there, here. And then I'm pretty sure it's like this. And maybe this is the point where there are two snap points for this? No. Okay, so that should be higher, right? That is higher. Okay, so that's what I intended. It sits a little bit higher, as you can see. So what you do now is this, and that should... Actually, there's two snap points here, ready? That's the one you want, and you should now have a perfectly level half snap point this way. So this is the apparatus. I went pillar, ceiling, wall, ceiling, ceiling, and then I built down with pillars. I built a ceiling, and I went off by a half one. I think we could do it together one more time if it was important to people, and it's so easy to do. So this is the technique I've found for offsetting it. So it allows us to, basically this technique raises the thing one higher than it needs to be, assuming that you're on a flat land, right? So it would be too high here. So instead, what you do is you put the pillar here, and you take the lower of the two, and that should, I think that was wrong. Ready? Yeah, and now you should have a perfectly level half offset. So that's how that works. We're going to clear out a bunch of the junk, a bunch of the goo that is unnecessary, the garbage, and we're going to continue with the building. So those techniques are kind of essential to doing the sort of middle difficulty version of this thing, but there's an easier version that you can do without doing anything fancy, and you just make your glass flush with your wall like that. Easy, right? You don't need to go to all the trouble, but if you do, you get this extra little bit of detail. So this is the offset we have. You can see it's perfectly in line. So we're going to want to have it come across like this. So those are the places we need it, and here and here. And these two are going to get this, right? And in fact, we're going to do these as well. Ooh, I think that means, I think we should do this then. Okay, so that is the ultimate shape of it, right? What have I done? Chaos. Alright, I don't know. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and remove all this nonsense. Oh, that's a ceiling. Is that why? I don't know what's now. But anyway, that's how it looks. Not bad. And we have a half wall set in here, so we can add detail. We have the same thing here. And actually, if you want to, it's very easy to bring it across. So we want to say, be able to do that on this side as well. We can... Whoops, this is the middle, so it's a little bit complicated. I know I'm breaking a lot, but we can take this line, which we already have here, and we can double up as we go across, carry over that double line, whoops. And we should have a halfway here, and that new halfway is going to let us do this, and inset on this side, if we so choose. So, let's come down, we're going to paint across here, and all this prep work is going to allow us to do some detail stuff later. Okay, apparently you can't paint all these. That's alright. Well, we don't really need these all. Okay, you know what? Alright, still there. Perfect. Okay. And it's hot. One of the reasons I'm not doing the face cam, guys, is summer. And even with no lights, it's hot in here for me. So, hopefully no one minds. Playing some of the music that you guys would know from the channel. Songs we've used before and played before. And hello to everyone tuning in. I see 50 or so of you guys. That's fantastic. I was kind of hoping I would sneak back and catch people unawares because I've been away so long. So let's get into the actual building, guys. You have done your prep. But you know what? Let me get a good zoom out job, and we're going to go ahead and take this out. And like I said, I am using these recordings, so I'll use this bit right here. And we'll go back. I guess I should have waited for that debris to disappear. But anyway, that's the foundation. Let's do a zoom in. There you go. Okay, perfect. And I'm glad people are catching up with each other. Is this modded? We are doing this with vanilla. I have some mods on here, so I can do something like... I can do eco tree bushes and stuff like that. Actually, not this way. But I have a couple mods, but we're not going to be using them for this design. This design is going to be vanilla. It's just going to require the no-clip method. Whatever it's called. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to build the ground floor first, and I'm going to try and remember the proper way to do all of this. And one thing we're going to do when we get to this section here, so you're going to snap it actually to this, to the outside one, and that's just a little aesthetic thing, the way that the walls are going to look. It's not that necessary, and the only thing is, if you do it, you want to be consistent, so that you don't want to have that. You want all the way along your wall. You want to say, start here and look out, and this is how you're going to work it out. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get this main floor built. And here you don't have to worry about that. So you can come in from the outside and look in, like so. And then once you get here, get it on the outside like that. And once again, just an aesthetic thing, just a little visual thing for me. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come to past the inside of this this square here. You're going to come across the middle, and we're actually going to need a metal door frame as we come across. I will eventually, when I do the tutorial, I'll come up with a proper list of materials, but I don't have that yet. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do another one of those while we have them. We're going to use one as a wall, or sorry, one as a window, and one as a door. And oddly enough, the window is going to be in glass, and the door, or the window is going to be metal, and the door is going to be glass. So I'm going to do that. That's going to resemble a window. Like I said, we're only building the first floor, but I might as well show you that bit as we go across. These tutorials are hard to do, and hard to do in the right order to explain the idea properly to everybody. I hope I'm going to be able to do it this method where I'm recording it. I just want to kill two birds with one stone. Make this a decent, easy to watch tutorial, but do it in the same setting where I build it live. So that is our first level. Very simple. We can go ahead and actually, if you want, and we can put a door. I guess I can get rid of those metal foundations. The metal door frame is going to be more useful to us. And we can do a door here. Can do a door here. Can obviously put the glass door in here, and we can go back to the metal one for this window. Okay, so this is the beginning of the shape. Now, why are these here? What is going on with these? This is part of the first floor too. You're gonna want to come in and add these two beauties. So this is stone. You want obviously that side facing out, and what this is gonna do is form the big question mark shape for us. So we can go up and build any chunk of this. Next, I guess what we'll do, build up around this stone bit, and we'll be prepared for, that is going to be about the right height. One more, okay, and then once we get to the top up here, we are going to have metal ceilings, going to come across like so, and I think this is going to do it for us. So we'll get this down like this. And that's eventually going to have greenhouse glass ceilings through there, but that is the shape, right, of the... That is kind of the shape of it. Whoops, I'm forgetting what it even looks like. This is not right. Hold on a sec. All right. How does it go again? I should be building with stone. Let me build with stone next time. Alright, so it would be that. Alright, let's go. And, yeah, thank you. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Thank you, guys. Love you and appreciate you. Okay, guys, so let's attempt to build this next section of things. I remember now, it's gonna go up like this. We're gonna come in with this. And then this is going to build across for us. So we're going to go from here to say here, here. We can get rid of this one. And we'll go across like this. And then if we hang below that, this, and this is going to go all the way around the outside of the thing for us. So we would go across like this. And this is going to be a major sort of architectural point. You can kind of, with modern building, guys, you can do your thing. It's kind of like Bob Ross said, like, it's, just get creative, just go for it. The creativity, the creation is inside you. You just need to unleash it, really. And actually, this is not there. That goes there. This goes here. And we actually build up, yes, right. Okay, memory refreshed. Oh, whoops. Okay. Dang it, if this were a tutorial, I have to take these steps back. Sorry for the people watching the live version, but this is how I figure this stuff out. This is... Bob Ross was uncut as well. Nobody edited him. Okay. Working this out, guys. Let's go ahead, and from here, we're going to go ahead and do... I know we have... Whoops. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. And we're going to put a couple of these in between there. And I think these will eventually have... Maybe we'll put the glass. Let's put a couple of the glass ones in here. What's going to happen for us is... I think this can come down. Okay, and the next stage is going to be building off of here. We're going to build all the way around the outside of our design. Right? And this shape is going to go up from here. So, you're going to want to take stone walls. Gosh, this is more difficult than I remember. Building this live on camera. Music feels loud. Still good for you guys? You can hear me all right? Okay, so that's the beginning of the shape. We're going to come up like this. And we're going to go a total of 4 high on these corners. And that idea is going to come... like so. And then we're going to hang a wall down from there. So we'll go back to the stone walls, and I think that is the shape. I think this is the frickin' shape. I haven't built this in a couple days. I thought I knew it off by heart. Huh. Clearly not. We'll build up as we go here, guys. And we'll build up to a height of 5. I think we're going to end up going... I'm not sure how high. We'll figure it out. 7, 8... Okay, we'll build up like so. All right, perfect. All right, so now we've got that. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna go with more of this stone through here, and now we want to try and get. Now we want to get a snap point. A snap point that will allow us to do halfway in on the front of this glass as well. And so I think we could do that. There's a couple different ways we could do that. What would be the easiest? Why don't we try my existing method? I'm going to try this. And we'll see how this turns out. Oh, this is not going to work for me, is it? Why not? Huh, weird. Okay, that's not going to work for us. Okay. So, to get the snap point we need, it's really only just over here. So, we basically want to take this snap point that is right here. And we're going to come and steal it, basically. So, it is, there's one there, there's one there, and we need to be halfway through these. So, this is the one we want to take over. I'm going to go over like this, and I think this is where we would have to do. And God, I hope this is going to work. I think it will. I think this is the method for doing this, but we'll see. I'm just kind of working this out on the fly. If we did this. And then we'll put this through here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm building this in a bit of a weird order, but that is how it's going to go. So we're going to go ahead and do this. This. And basically we just built off that ceiling there. And we'll come across like this. And we got a lot of possible snap points, a lot of options when it comes to that. But that's going to look good. That is kind of what I was going for. And what we're missing is the main floor component, which goes here, 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 and here. And we've got the ceilings under here already. So there you go. That's the beginning of that. Now we got to take it across. And gosh, it is a big build. So I'm going to be on here and working on this for a bit, and sweating throughout. I hope you, hope you don't mind. And we'll build just together for a while here. We're going to go do the same thing on the sides, adding a window. So we're not going to get too crazy. We are going to go ahead and do this. And build across. And I hope you guys are doing good. I hope everybody's doing well. I actually watched, in preparation for this, I watched some Bob Ross, Joy of Painting, and I actually watched episode 1. And it was far from perfect. It was far from perfect. There was like clanking in the background. They had not figured out to add music yet. It was basically one cut, but he built this beautiful painting. I mean, his style was on from the beginning already. Skills. Natural skills. Doing something pretty unique. So, and he learned from a master. He had somebody that was like his mentor. Interesting. Anyway, I've become a Bob Ross fan since people originally started making comparisons, watching my old tutorials, so anyway, we build across, and that is now the shape. From the inside it looks a little sloppy, but if we come to the outside it's going to look like that. And I think we already have the snap point we need somewhere in here. Is there a little half snap point? There is. So we're going to have the same thing we have over here, where we're going to need to go and put... You know, I wonder if we should do it. Okay, what we're gonna do, put one more there. And we're gonna use a door frame. So the door frame will go there and there. It will create a new snap point, allow us to build across like this. and go through here, and then underneath we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, you do not have to go, you do not have to do this. You could put them, you could put the glass right here if you wanted to, and it looks good. You could put the glass right here if you wanted to, and I think that looks good. But the best version, if you can get away with it, and everybody can do the no collision method, whatever it's called, unless you're on official, right? But I mean, anybody who's playing single player, you can make this happen if you just want to do a little creative building and bring this thing to life, which I enjoy that as a way to play the game. It works for me. I don't like these glass doors. We're going to get rid of those. Little audible call here. We're going to go ahead and put more of the metal in the place of those. One here. This is much simpler. I like it. So this bottom section of metal is going to be red. We're going to use charcoal or slate, whatever it's called, on the stone all around here. And then finally we are going to add cyan and more red on the metal bits. It's going to be a pretty fantastic looking design when it's all said and done. I feel good about it myself. So let's go ahead and keep working. So if we build up on this side, and I wish I could say there was a science for how to build these things, but you just kind of figure it out. And I mean, that is one thing that I've always, in my tutorials, I've always wished, like when Bob Ross is painting a painting, he's serious when he says there are no mistakes, because it's like, oh, you messed it up, you're stuck with it, right? But with this, I kind of wish people would be willing to build and make mistakes. If you screw it up, you screw it up. Just go with it. It works, it works. A lot of the most amazing techniques I've found through screw-ups. So I highly recommend it. Try screwing up as much as possible. So that's going to go there. I don't know if that has to go there, actually. So we'll put... Whoops. I'm going to put this here. 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 Uh-huh. Something like that. Gonna be building up like so, and we won't need anything through here because we're gonna have a half snap point that we need. We should have a half snapper, I think. Did we work that out, or do we have to work that out one more time? We have to keep working out that same detail over and over again, don't we? So where is the half snap point that we need? One easy way to find it, once you've got a few of these going, is the snap point is usually already there. All I have to do is kitty corner like this, which is all we've had to do all around. And that's because here is a ceiling with a wall. You can go in the corner of it. That's why I should have done that in the corner every time. And so we'll build up like, this is going to come down. And we'll do this. One of these. Perfect. And I'm going to have to change time of day here in a sec for us. What do we got? Yeah, let's go with morning. Ah, beautiful morning. Okay, perfect. Let's continue the build. So, you know what? It's still not light enough. Let's go here. Perfect. Alright, and I'm still building. People are still watching. Love you guys. Thank you. I hope people enjoy this. This is the kind of thing I realized recently. It launched with Bob Ross and Joey Painting, but there's a whole Twitch sort of thing just for creative building, for creative designs. Now, one thing we got to get on our hotbar that I've been neglecting that we should be using more of, speaking of improvising, are these ceilings. I think we should have them through here. I think I did on my design. So if we do that, that looks good. So you don't have to. You could leave the stone up there, but maybe if you do a little of this, I like this. Beautiful. We'll do the same thing right here. So greenhouse glass up top, surrounded by stone. You've got the bottom section just a little bit smaller. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so that is most of the bottom section. We have yet to figure out an incredible roof for this, and one thing I'm going to recommend you do is go ahead and bring your walls all the way up. And they are going to make your life so easy when it comes to making a cool design out of this roof. So let's go ahead and we're going to complete all 3 of these walls. It doesn't have any real effect on your design, but it means you just got a bunch of easy snap points. So you now have a snap point here, you should now have a snap point here, easy, right? And you now have one on the corner of most of these anyway. So if you don't have a snap point, you can find it. You're now basically done in that department. So we're going to go ahead and go around. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. This is our design that we're going to do in this version today together. This will be different than the design I've already done, but I think it's going to be good. We'll come across, we'll go ahead and do one of these. We're going to go ahead and do one of these. Can I break this? No. Okay. So what I want.
This knife has a straight edge on it, so it's very
Somebody having foundation support issues. Is that right? Really?
a happy little mountain.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. So if this goes here and here. Okay, let me figure this out. We got some weird shapes going on out here. Alright, so what I want is... I want to place a glass wall right there. What that is going to do is give me this snap point. No, that is not what I wanted. Okay, I think it's this one in the middle. Yeah. Okay. And then we now have this. We have this. We can go ahead and get rid of this one. Nope. Okay, so this can be glass. This can be glass. And then we're going to have this on top. So this is how we're going to come across. We're going to be able to do this. Oh yeah, this is cool. What a cool ceiling, right? Using those single little squares. And I know I'm not paying the best attention to chat today, guys, but we are making real progress on a tutorial after about 38 minutes, so not that long. And I'm recording the whole thing. So let's just keep plowing on. I want to get to the painting point. I want to get to doing the rest of this build with you guys. We'll figure out how tall to make this. So I think what we have here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to want to be at least 8 tall, and I think it's going to want to be 9 tall for the final version. I think that's probably where you're going to want to have that. Let's back up and take a look. Maybe even one more. Maybe even one more sneaky little... Let's try this height. Let's see how that looks on our combined senses. It gives us a ton of space on the walls, especially the one wall that is totally unfinished, and it's going to require a good bit of detail in and of itself. But we're doing cool things here. Right? So we would be... I think... Did I do metal on this roof? I think I did metal on this roof. No. Is it, oh, I remember what it was. Right? And we are going to do that. Yep. We're going to do that. And we're going to build up. Easy peasy. So yeah, guys, I have not been doing a good job at this thing. This being Unite the Clans. I kind of took some time off doing it, and I'm sorry. I think I'm refreshed and recharged. I wish I could, in a simple, easy way, sort of explain to you guys some of what I've been going through and thinking through, and why why I've disappeared the way I have. But it might be too long an explanation to get into all of that. I don't know. Anyway, I've given you the short version, but just this YouTube game, man, it takes it out of you. So what happened with me, guys? Start a YouTube channel. Hope to make it your job. Work on it for a couple of years, and then this opportunity pops up to quit your crappy job, which, if you have a crappy job, you always have the opportunity to quit. And I just took it and went, you know what? I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to give this a go. Ready to give a trial run of being a full-time content creator. And amazingly, maintained it for a whole year. Problem is, not doing better than last year. Doing about the same as last year in terms of a lot of things. And doing worse in other senses. Doing quite badly in some senses, where it's like, oh, this channel is not growing. It's shrinking. And then you start to panic and go, well, if that's the case, I might as well be working. Because when I was working, I could make the channel grow. I was being more successful when I had a job. So if I need a job, I better go focus on that. And I have this problem with this channel, guys. As you know, 800 videos over the last few years. If I get passionately working on this, if I get invested, I'm working my butt off. You guys are getting a video every day in the best case scenarios, right? Sometimes multiple videos over the course of a day. You know how it can be when I'm on fire. On absolute fire. It happens, right? I've been there over the course of the last year several times. But I don't know, guys. But yeah, I just I didn't know. I couldn't just keep doing what I was doing, and I couldn't just go get a job. I could, but I mean, like, I had to figure out. I don't know. I haven't had a job for a while. I got to figure out what kind of job I can do. Do I go back to being a waiter? That thought crossed my mind. For sure it did. Do I be an Uber driver? Hell, I almost bought a car on that concept. It was a very stressful week. It was a bad, stressful week. Rough times, very rough. But what it happens. That's how you learn. So this one, it needs support. So it would be something like I'd have to do this. Huh. Okay, if I don't get funky. Okay, I need. What do I need? I need that. And that. Okay. And then... Weird. Why would one be supported and the other wouldn't? So strange. What if I get rid of that? Yeah, well... How are we gonna do this? That's probably the best way to do it. Can I now get in line? Yes, I can. Oh, so I didn't really need all those extras. Okay, you guys let me know what you think of what we're doing here so far. Ooh, I have an idea. I have a concept. I have a concept. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Ready? Ready? You're gonna see it here in a second. Exactly what I'm going for. So these are on this side. That'll go there. Right? Like this. So the windows will continue up the side. What do we think about that? I think that looks good. Hello, people. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to give me some love today. I appreciate it. Some of you are so goddamn loyal that I don't You know, I expected, if I go through the meltdown I went through and the stop making YouTube videos for a long time thing, I expected to come back to just no Patreon supporters, no nothing. But things have been held together by very good people who have not given up hope in this particular geek, and a few people like O'Reilly, Dusty, keeping the community in order, others as well, members of the community. But anyway, thank you for being you guys. Love you, appreciate you. So that is what we went for. What do we think of that? And should we at the top maybe come through and close some of it off? You know, and just have it go almost to the top, so it would be something like, you know, like that. Yeah, maybe that's the way to go. How cool is this crossover technique when you double layer this stuff in order to get these little one wide things? I'm pretty pleased with that. One thing we could do, and this is a little bit crazy, because we're already taking it off our hotbar, what we could do, tell me what you think. Whoops. Did I also, what an idiot, replace the one thing you're likely to break while doing it. That should look fairly even. And I guess what you could do, I mean, no, that ain't gonna work. Unless... What a mess. Okay, so we can't do that. We can't do that. Okay, so that's gonna look good, though. I think that looks decent. Right? Okay, so that's a decent, simple solution for that side. What we're gonna want to do once we get to the tippy-tip top, and we do have a big side left to design still. Let's go ahead and tuck that in there. That show through it all? It does show through totally, so we're gonna want to get rid of that. What a pain. We get rid of that and hopefully get rid of this. Yes, everything is well. All is well. Okay, so let's design the top roof very simply here. We are going to want metal hatch frames. And I think if we do something like this, I think then we're gonna have the ability to do something. Yeah, that's what I want, I think. So if I go... Wait, is that right? Yeah, that is the one. Okay, so I want something like this. Right? Nice and easy as well. And if we come across like this, because we're on different snap points, nothing breaks anything. And we continue the same sort of symmetry we had on the other side. Ooh, that's cool. Uh-oh. We gotta come from this side. Right, okay, so from this side, let's go ahead and go through. And we're gonna put a... ooh. I wonder if it's already solved. Let's put this here. And then we should be able to go here, here. Is that roughly the same orientation? It is. Or do we take that snap point? No. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Boom. Alright. Nice simple roof. I like that. That is really nice. Once we get some color on this, bam, is it gonna stand out. Yeah, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for reminding about the like button. Thank you for doing everything you're doing up here, guys. So what we're going to do, how are we going to close off this wall? I think we should play a game of... I'm looking for that snap point. Yeah. Yes. Alright. Alright, so this is going to give us a snap point every other. Yeah, this is the one we want. No, right? Uh-huh. And that's already there. Alright, so now we can do... We can... So did we give ourselves an odd number in depth? We did. I don't know how I did that. This was meant to be 8 in length. So I don't know what I did there. Where my metal door frames at? Let's put those right here. Ooh, and what we do with those? Oh crap. You know what? Let's build from the inside. You know what we have to do? And this seems silly, but we gotta build, oops, all the way across because the metal is on a different snap point. So the metal is going to have to be spaced out. So we're gonna double these up all the way along, which is kind of cool. Works out well for us. And then we can come around and do this, and we'll have metal which can snap to this side of things. So there we go. So we have a 1 wide here. And then if we do another 1 wide. Okay. So I think this is the pattern we're going to work out. Ready? And you do not have to get this detailed, obviously. If you don't want to. And this is where we bring in the... Uh-oh. 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 It's unsupported. What do I need? You know, maybe... So what I'm not able to do right now is that. That is because there is no support except for far away. Does that do it? That's the problem when you do this differently every time. No, that doesn't do it. Now, what needs to be frickin' supported right now? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, sorry, bit of a tricky bit here. Alright, that should give it to me. That should give me the snap point there. No. Okay, well, I don't know what will. We're gonna have to keep it simpler than I planned. Okay, so we will do... You know what? This'll work. Let's do this. We'll have a door frame on the inside here. Okay, let's build all the way down and we will see where we are at, guys. I'm going to include a couple of dino gates on here, but we might as well get our funky snap points brought all the way down before we do that. That is this, and this. This. Oops. And there we go. Perfect. Alright! And if you're building this along with me, if you are watching this and building along, just let your imagination go wild. Whatever you can picture, you can build it. Have a little faith in yourself and just go for it, and you will come out with something decent looking. I freeballed most of this. No real clue what I'm doing. Just sort of making it up as I go along, and guess what? It works sometimes. Alright, so that's all done. That is all done. Okay, and now some of these. This is gonna look great when we're done, I tell you what. We're gonna have to put in a couple of those dino gates. Actually, maybe we leave the dino gates off this design? I don't know, you tell me. I'll get a little quick reaction from chat. But they can only go in a couple of places. And they're funky places, so I have to do a couple little things. What do I have for snap points here? I would need a snap point. Oh, I see. Those aren't quite the right. You know what? I think we're gonna leave it. Or I make some modifications to the middle here. Right? Okay, so maybe this section needs to be brought back and make room for a couple gates. So the gates would originate off of here. Let's go ahead and get some fence foundations on the hotbar, nice and easy. We'll put this here. I think that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. I think that's right. And now we're going to slap a couple of door frames, gate frames on here and see how those look. I'm doing pretty good stamina-wise, guys. Don't worry about me. I guess you could do one, but yeah, if you did something like that, that's probably the way to do it. Right. Look at all these weird snap points that are coming through. Like, what are these? I think I'm gonna have to deal with those. Right, I'm gonna have to deal with those. So that is... Gosh, weird snap points, I tell ya. Right? What do we think of that? Let's get a couple gates in there. Oh, that song made me feel like I'd failed. Alright, and we'll slap a couple of gators in there. I probably should have... You know what? Luckily I can break as much of everything as I need to. We're gonna flip those. With this. I think this is the side I like better. And definitely the side of the gate. Okay. Removed. Removed. Okay, baby. So what have we got, guys? I don't know how much will go into the interior. We are 1 hour deep and we need a paint job. But dang, that is the basic layout of this thing. That is the basic layout. So, paint scheme. I need 3 colors, personally, in my version. Now, this would do well with some decor. I think maybe I'll go ahead and get the Eco Tree large bushes, and I'll show you. That is one thing I have to do kind of off camera for you guys. Large bush. We'll get like 100 of those. Did that work? We get some bushes? We did. Okay, perfect. So we'll put those there. We will go ahead and grab a couple of spray painters, and I'm going to use cyan paint, red paint, slate paint. Those are my 3 colors. Okay, so let's work out a little design for our... And I like to just not... You know, you can twist them and mix them up. I like to keep them, like, totally generic looking. Like, I want this to almost look like a plastic fake building design when it's done. And we'll slap these in as many as it takes. Now, this is something you don't have, obviously, if you're doing the pure vanilla version. And we'll put one in the middle. That might look stupid. Anyway, we're adding some, just a little hint of detail. Just a little hint of, what was that? That's cool looking. I'm not familiar with that, somebody might say, if they only play on... Or it just might catch their eye. They might not even realize what it is they're looking at. And then you build around like this. Okay, that's basically what we did on the other side. And then, so if you came along here, you'd go... a little here. Hello, people. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing a little support. Most people watching live that have been watching. Love you. And we're about to come to a little bit of a state of completion on this project. We're going to slap some paint on it, and we're going to call it a day, and I've been recording the whole thing, so I'm going to edit it into a slick little tutorial. And I have a dirty secret, guys, about this new... Let's say we do this Joy of Building thing a few times a week. We do a live building session, and I just hang out and I'm cool and I'm as much Bob Ross as I've ever been. It's going to be a lie. It's going to be a deceptive lie, because what I'm secretly doing during these is I'm recording stuff and I'm going to use them to make, like... I'm going to try and get the channel to grow. I'm going to make, like, some cheaty thumbnails. I'm usually pretty, like, honest with my thumbnails, but I'm going to use some big red arrows and put the word easy and a picture of a house and maybe, like, some bright Aaron Longstaff type colors behind there. I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to sell out for the 10-minute slick edited version. And I'm going to go, you know what, for this version... Let's have some flashy thumbnails. And then for the live Joy of Building version, man, did I hear that song already? How many songs end with blub, blub? Not this one. Anyway. But, what was I saying? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But yes, for this version, I'm going to keep it classy, if possible. So, to paint metal, you really only need to paint, I think it's 2 and 4. That covers up these bracers, but not the bolts. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's about the same for the greenhouse glass. You want region 2 as well. And 5. Right. Okay. Does that change anything for this? It does. It gets our bolts. So we don't want to get our bolts painted. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's quickly squirt these couple of doors while we've got this paint recipe, this particular recipe up, and you guys can paint along with me. We're going to go back to region just 2 and 4. I'm a paint wizard, guys. I do this with my eyes closed. Easy. I know my regions. I'm a pro. I mean, I guess that's it. I guess that's how you get to be good at anything. Bob Ross became famous for painting stuff because he did it all the frickin' time, right? That's part of what made him successful. He did it a lot. Hundreds of 400 plus episodes of his show. Okay, so section 1 of the build painted all in red. Done. Section 2 is going to be a different story. We're going to want region 1 and region 5, and we're going to paint every bit of stone. Not the foundations. We painted the inside ones already, but they don't really need to be done. We're just going to come across, and I think for these we might need to also get like a region 2. Yeah, region 2 for the ceilings. I told you I know my regions. I am a region pro. We'll get these ones as well, and I'm gonna need to glitch in here. And I'll actually probably... I don't know how important this stuff is, but I'll come to the inside and I'll paint it. All of this is gonna get cut out of the final tutorial. So it'll just be super, super slick. I'll record a whole new voiceover for it. It'll be smooth. I promise you. But yeah, I can see, I lost a little confidence in myself, guys, because I always had in my mind, like, oh, I'm going to be successful at this YouTube thing. For sure I am. And then I work full-time at it for a year, and I come out and I'm doing basically the same as I was before, so clearly not succeeding that well, right? And then you start to wonder, what am I doing wrong? What should I do different? What compromises have I made that I shouldn't have made? What compromises should I have made that I didn't? Plenty of times, guys, there are ideas I had for games that we played. We played Raft the day it came out, and I had an idea, and I wrote it down on my idea sheet, and I didn't do the idea. Somebody else did, and that video has 5.7 million views. I do that once, and I'm not thinking about, I need to go get a waiter job. One of those videos, if I just do the idea instead of not doing the idea, a whole different ballpark. I'm not sitting here going, God, I should get a car, I need to be an Uber driver, I might not be able to pay my bills this month. None of that. I would have just had one video that I made in whatever June, whenever that game came out, May, and just 6 million views. It's like 20 grand. I don't know what the numbers are. What is it? $2 for 1,000 views. So a million would be 20 grand. 6 million would be 120 grand, is that right? That can't add up. Anyway, it would be a decent chunk of money. You'd make a decent little chunk of money from a 6 million view video. And I had the idea and didn't do it. Now, the guy who made all those views, he's got a lot more subscribers. I'd be lucky if I got a million, but, you know, if I got 100,000, think about that. That's a couple $100. Just, I guess that doesn't make a huge difference. YouTube ad money doesn't add up that much, but I'm going to attempt to make more of it in my adventures here. I'm going to attempt to play the YouTube algorithm game and try and win and get some high-ranking videos again, because as much as I have these loyal Patreon supporters, you guys are all only here because I was able to do that once before. I was able to break the YouTube algorithm and figure out how to grow the channel, and that's what brought you all here. Otherwise, no one would be watching. So at some point, I might have to go back to... we're going to set the time of day here. And you guys are getting to see the beginning of the change in the paint scheme, but there's more to it, and we're going to take it up a notch right here, okay? So Region 1 and Region 5, and Region 2, okay? Boom, 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 boom. All of these, even the stone. I'm good to go. Yeah. Yeah! Check that out. Does that not make these pop? You can even, if you're bold, even do that. Ooh, check that out. That black on cyan contrast, sexy. I know people like their color combos in this game. You like to have your own custom colors and go, this is how I build my base, but step outside a little. Color is your friend. Color will change your world. It will make your build so different. Adding so much detail. Boom, even that little, what do you think you're doing with that, you crazy fool? I'm just being creative, coming up with new ideas, trying to do things differently. Got a little dream in my heart, a little inspiration, a little optimism that I can create something beautiful. Right? Tell me that's not coming together, okay? Now, we have a couple more things to do. We have a little bit of red, and we're going to be doing red like we did cyan on that section. So it is going to go here. All the way up. And that's it. We don't do the sides. But we could do the sides. Should we try the sides? Oh, right. I wanted Region 4, too. You can miss one of those once in a while. You know what I mean? You know, like... Here. Missed it. No. Missed it. Just a couple here and there. Okay, so what if we left it like that? That might work for us. That might work. Okay, so we're gonna do more red, and we're gonna do it on all the glass on this part of the building, or on this tall metallic part of the design. Painted that. Suck it. I guess you're painted. And then we'll just do this technique. Ready? Whoops. But pretty good. So I think what we're going to do for this, we're going to do... Not region 1. Let's try 2 and 4. Yeah, 2 and 4 are good. What's 2 and 4 on here? That's close. That's close. Okay? And then the rest will be cyan. So what is that? 1, 3, 5, 6. Let's try that. And that. And that, and that. Oh god, look at those colors. Is that too insane? Am I too bold a man? Quite possibly. So what colors do we want for the metal? We're going to want region 1 and region 4. I think those are the standouts. Like this, and you give that. Yep, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that all around. This is a giant structure, so we got a lot to paint from here. But I'll give you a little zoom out job. Right, that's how we're looking at this stage. Still need to add paint to the tall bit, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape. I guess we have a little bit more red to do, which would be this one. Alright, we'll just come through, give these a nice spritz. And this is such a cool design. I'm so happy with this. I like it a lot. Alright, and something here is preventing me from painting. And I've put away all my stuff, so obviously I don't have it where... There. Okay. Alright, so now we need cyan and we need to go... Oh, no we don't. We're still not done. Crap. Just zip right along here, easy. The middle ones are going to be a little tougher. Go right through the hole here. I like how this turned out though. Whoops, whoa, whoa, careful. I think I just painted a... Yeah, there's a wall there, throwing me off. Alright, we'll just check the ones we haven't painted, which is a few. See if we can get them in there. Oh no, that's not that. That's the wall in that's giving me the problem. Perfect. Yeah, there's a wall in here that's unpainted. Right, okay. Easy. We'll get all these little details. This is the thing when you're doing the tutorials live. You kind of just have to be on your game if you're paying attention to the details, and people have to sit through even the frustrating stuff. That's part of the build. So let's get those 3 bits that are standing out to me. It's unpainted. I think, please tell me, I think it's time to go nuts with the cyan. So we're gonna go region 1 and region 4, and we're gonna paint a bunch. And I guess another region. 6? 2? No. Region 5? You know what? Do them all. Oh, whoa. This might not be doable. Maybe not without a whole bunch of... Because you're double layering all this stuff, guys. I don't think it'll paint from down here either. No, it won't. So we can't paint those. Okay, well, we're going to leave those then as they are. And we're not going to worry about it, I don't think. And we'll do it everywhere else that we're allowed to. Beautiful. So yeah, you guys have to stick with me while I do this, but hopefully it turns out okay. Nice. This double layering is so cool. I'm quite happy with how we did this. And yeah, so we could do some fun stuff with this series, guys. I'm thinking about, like, look at an image and recreate it in-game. Really a real test of, like, your artistic prowess. Where, you know, we take an image and I've got a bunch set aside that I think would be fun, and you just try and build it in the game. You try and take all the details that are in the picture and build it in a creative world in Ark. Or another game, occasionally another game. I noticed there's a building contest going on for Raft, so we could get on one of these Joy of Building videos, live streams, and try and do something like that, and then I could simultaneously record a tutorial that I can do with, like, some big, bright arrows and emojis and other nonsense. And I try and do, like, a little bit more of a slick, tricky video and get some new viewers. We'll see. I don't know. But you'll have a mix. You'll have both. You'll always have this to go alongside it. Okay, so we're mostly painted. That side's good. We gotta do red right here. I thought we were done on the red front. And here we didn't do red on the sides, so we can decide what we like better. Does that look better? Or does that version look better? I guess we still have to do this then. Get sprayed. Perfect, guys, perfect. And we didn't miss a spot here. So we're gonna have a couple of these where we'll just do the drop technique. Nice, and we're spraying all the right stuff here. We are double layered, so we gotta be careful. Okay. This might be impossible. No, perfect. I thought it was gonna be like those stupid... Whoops. So I'm gonna try turning these off for one, so we'll have a couple little elements of those metal bracers in silver. See, this thing here that needs painting. Alright, this might do it for us. We're gonna turn it off. Right there. Other than the roof bits, which are unpaintable for me at the moment. I think this is all painted up. It is. Doesn't look very dark, but it's painted up. Is that it? I think we might have done it, guys. I think we might have done it. Now, the interior is something that's going to require a bunch of... and good night, folks. Good night, folks. Thank you for hanging with me. We're an hour 20 in, so I think we're about to wrap it up. But if you come to the inside, you notice there's a bunch of little details you can kind of get to painting-wise if you want to. Actually, whole big chunks here that needed paint on the other side of the stone. So I think you would do these like this, and these two in red. So I think you give it something like that. Right? Looks good to me, guys. And then obviously we got all kinds of detail up here as well. I can't remember what's what and what's important and what needs to be here. When I did my version of the design, what I did was, let's go ahead and get some floors. And I worked out a interior, but we're not going to do that together. We're just going to get this bit in. So yeah, I had snap points here and here. So I was able to do all kinds of freaky stuff with the floor if I wanted to. You could do something like, and I guess we could do this together. Is there still music to come? No. Okay, so I need to, this is my cue to wrap it up anyway. But you could do something like this, which is right, and put one here, and right, and you just do the design that you like. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you can come through here. All right, and I'd say for the inside, use some more muted colors, a little bit more of the blacks. You can come along here. You can set yourself up with railings. You can build up however you like on the interior. You can wrap things around. But yeah, one thing I like to do, and I guess I can show you this, is just need a regular stone wall. And we'll go ahead and put one of these through here. Right? Like that. And if that gets... Actually, what you could do from here, you could do something like that. And that. That. And that. Whoops. I guess it would be that. And that. Not these two. Okay. And then, yeah. Then you could just give this a little love. And you're adding in architectural detail. Not bad at all. But you're right. I think we should wrap this bad boy up. I think we should call her a night and call it a stream. And I'm going to work on editing this and giving you guys something to watch. But that is the interior I came up with. Very straightforward. Let's go ahead. Can I cut through here? Yes, I can. Let's go ahead and look back at my other version of it. You can see a couple variations of it, how to change it, what it looks like in the air, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I will play my little outro that I have got prepared. Hopefully I do. And yeah, for those of you guys that have been hanging out throughout the stream, thank you for keeping me company. I see folks talking about missing the community and whatnot. I have been missing the community, so I need to get myself back to it. And this is the start. So hopefully get back a little something today, design this, maybe turn this into a tutorial that could get a few more views than average and build back a little momentum on the channel. I would like that. But we are going to get, let's do it. Let me make it happen. We're going to make a little outro happen. I think it's pretty short, and I meant to have it ready to go so that it didn't play over the end of a song. Oh wait, that's not how this is going to work, is it? I wonder if this is going to work. Let's play one more song while we're messing around. Right, I think that should work. Alright, instead, let's go ahead and play. Yeah? This is smooth. Good job. You know what you're doing. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the end. This is the outro. Popping up on the screen are links to episode 2. YouTube loves it when you go watch an episode 2 of something after an episode 1 of something. So go ahead and do that if you made it to the end, and click on the screen now to check out the tutorial version of this. The slick step-by-step how to build it in 10 minutes version. Thank you for hanging out for the long 90-minute version. I love you, and I will be back in your life soon. How was that outro? Trying a couple new things out. Hopefully you got text up on the screen there in the last 20 seconds. I think you did. And now you're hearing me ramble. So I hope that was good. Thank you guys very much. I know the community's been missing me, and I have been missing it. I plan to get back to it. I don't know what I have the energy for today, guys. Super hot in this room, and we are done the tutorial. Remind me to stop my recording as well. And I will end the stream. I meant to end it right there. So thank you guys all for tuning in, for supporting me tonight. If I don't jump right back into chat tonight, I love you, and we'll get caught up very soon. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching, and thank you for watching this video. See you next time, people.